For many of us growing up, our siblings are our whole world. Nostalgic video games, bike riding, days playing with mutual friends. There's nothing like the memories. These memories we hold dear. But as we get older, love, protection, engagement, reaching out, those all look different as we age. We begin seeing our siblings as the adults they are. They're not only our siblings, they are men and women with agency, autonomy, their own life goals. They are human beings with their own choices to make in this one life we get. We get one go around this life, and we learn to respect our siblings' choices when it comes to careers, partners, money, leisure. In this video, we'll chat about Ursula and Teddy in the mini-series Life After Life. In this series that is based on the book of the same name, Ursula had to stop seeing Teddy as just her little brother who needed saving. She needed to see him as a man who was living his one life in a way that brought him satisfaction and peace. He needed to live his once in a lifetime, and he needed the peace of knowing that the one he loved most had released him to do so. Let's chat about seeing your siblings as the adults that they are through the lens of Ursula Todd. The cradle-to-grave relationship. The sibling relationship is described as a cradle-to-grave relationship. Generally, we know our siblings all of our lives, all of their lives. We are raised by the same parents in the same home. We have a shared history. When our parents move on into eternity, we still have our siblings. It is described as being a connection that can outlast connections with parents or partners. But with such intimate relationships can come feelings of control. Birth order plays a part when it comes to control and guidance, so feelings of control are usually felt by the older siblings and arise simply out of love. They have their little siblings' best interests in mind. At least, they believe they do. This is certainly how Ursula felt. She loved Teddy.
Everybody loved him.
Everyone loved Teddy. And no matter how old siblings may become, they may still have shared interests, but your sibling is his or her own individual person. Ursula would find this to be true of Teddy, that he is his own individual person. And she will also find that by freeing Teddy to live his own life, she was freeing herself to live hers as well. The effects of trying to control your siblings.
Come back. Be a baker.
Teddy tells Ursula that if he could do life again with a different career, he'd be a baker. So she tells him to come back and be a baker. What I actually heard when she spoke those words was, immediately end your military career and take up the safe career of mixing eggs and butter into flour because I don't want to lose you. But let's listen to this clip here regarding healthy support for our siblings.
But they need to create their own lives, and we can step back and look at that. Support them, but not rescue them at every instance.
Mm-hmm. We are to maintain sibling relationships in a way that respects boundaries. We all need to feel respect for one another and not resentment. Trying to push your desires onto your siblings can cause them to begin feeling resentment towards you. During most of the show, Teddy didn't allow Ursula to push him to the point of resentment. Instead, in his own words, he told her to let go.
This is me. You should leave me here.
Let's watch this clip here.
Regardless of what our siblings do, what type of sister do I want to be at this age in our relationship? I have to show up that way.
Concern yourself with who you want to be in the relationship. Regardless of what our siblings do, what kind of sister do I want to be at this age in our relationship? I have to show up that way. Let's take a look at how things look for Teddy and Ursula when Ursula shows up with the words and engagement that Teddy needs. Seeing Teddy as the adult that he is. In her final life, Ursula sees Teddy as the adult that he is.
You're grown up.
I know.
From cradle to grave, Ursula knew and loved Teddy. She was Teddy's big sister and always wanted to save him.
Was there more Ursula could have done to save him, she wondered.
She always wanted to save him and be there for him. But as we enter adulthood, things tend to even out when it comes to whether or not siblings can help or be there for each other in some way.
When we hit adulthood, things tend to kind of even out for siblings and become more equal or egalitarian.
We see this in the scene in which Teddy attacks Derek, the abusive person that Ursula married. When it is time for Teddy to head off to war, he is usually out of earshot when Ursula calls for him.
Teddy!
In one of the later lives, he is within earshot but simply continues walking off, not wanting to hear Ursula's deterring words. In his final scene, he is within earshot and stops when Ursula calls to him. She simply tells him that she loves him, and he thanks her.
Teddy. Love you.
Thank you.
Teddy had always wanted to be a pilot,
I'm going to be a pilot.
and the Air Force was his opportunity. In previous lives, Ursula breaks down, loses herself, kills herself even, when Teddy dies. But in this final life, she is at peace when hearing of his passing, knowing that he lived his one life in the way that he wanted. The song being played at the end is by Doris Day. It is entitled Again.
This is that once in a lifetime.
Ursula was aware of this for Teddy, that this was his once in a lifetime. The alternative to Teddy living his dream, according to the book's sequel, was not as desirable as the Air Force life he'd chosen. Ursula allowed Teddy to live his once in a lifetime, then continued her own life in peace. What I took from Ursula's letting go is that letting go isn't about letting go of the ones you love. It is about seeing them and life more clearly so that you can embrace them just a little bit more. Ruben Studdard's Flying Without Wings is one of my favorite songs. One of the lines is, "You have to fight for every dream, for who's to know which one you let go would have made you complete." I am pleased with my siblings' life choices, but even if I didn't understand or agree with those choices, I always want my siblings to make the choice that makes them feel complete. But I am eternity minded because, unlike this book series, we all get only one life. So I pray God's perfect will over my own life and over my siblings' lives. And I trust that Holy Spirit, wisdom, and maturity will do the rest. Love you guys. God bless. Thanks for watching, and leave your thoughts down below. Talk soon.